Hey, what's up you guys? Welcome back. Today I'm going to be walking you through this look step by step. I'm so in love with this. This is a very glam, over the top, smoky green look for the holiday season. So I'm actually getting ready today to go to a wedding and I have to scoot right now because I'm running a little bit late, but this is the look that I came up with. It's just very sparkly and it's kind of like a green turquoise in a way, and it's just so much fun. So I hope you guys enjoy this tutorial. Please subscribe and let's get started. For primer today, I'm going to be using the Pat McGrath Skin Fetish Sublime Face Primer. I used this once already and I actually really liked it. The packaging itself is kind of like blah, but the formula comes out like this. It's like a mixture of like a moisturizer feeling and like those more like silicone-y primers. Side note, last night I hung out with Amanda and she tinted my eyebrows. This is no product in my brows, they're just tinted. I know I'm gonna get microblading questions. I did get microblading last fall, like in between summer and fall. And I spoke about in the video, like I'm not really a good candidate for microblading because my skin gets so oily. So a lot of it like just got rejected out of my skin because I'm so oily. I really loved the girl that I went to though, and I do like the results that I did get because I wanted something a lot more natural. As far as like tinting my brows, like I could still really benefit from that. There's a little left over in my tail of the microblading. I use the same brow tint. I've done it myself before, but I don't know what it is. She just has like some good techniques. So she taught me a few things. So I'm gonna get the hang of it and then maybe show you in like a vlog or something, or maybe I can trick her into doing it again for me and we can record it or something, because I posted it on Instagram and a lot of you guys had questions. I don't know what foundation I want to do. I kind of want to mix them and I don't know which ones I want to mix. The other day I mixed Vanish Stick with the Pat McGrath one and it was like so glorious, but I have on a fresh spray tan and this is like my true spray tan shade. And I don't know what I want to mix together. I think I'm gonna mix these two together because I really like the finish this gives, but it's kind of yellow. It's like straight up yellow. So I just did a couple swatches on the face and then I'm gonna go into the REBOOT foundation from Makeup Forever. It's definitely more full coverage than I normally do, but you know, I'm feeling it today. Okay, just buffing this all over the skin. I'll look up close, make sure I've got it all blended in nicely. I feel like it goes on pretty yellow, but once I've blended it out, I feel like it kind of just disperses nicely and doesn't look as yellow as it did right off the bat. Yeah, for the dress that I'm wearing, I was debating between doing like a green smoky eye or doing like a bare eye with a berry lip. And I feel like that would go more like, I don't know, they both kind of go Christmassy. I don't know, I kind of want to do like a smoky eye because it's been a while since I've gotten ready to go somewhere and do a smoky eye, I feel like I always opt for the more natural look. Okay, this is blended in pretty good. Okay, I'm gonna go into the Pat McGrath concealer and conceal underneath my eyes. I'm gonna put a little here because I've got this that I need to cover up and a dot here. Just because I have on that spray tan right now, I know this is gonna be a little bit brighter than my foundation, so I'm just gonna balance it out there anyways. And if you're curious about my hair, I'll show it to you at the end with like the final look and everything, but I just used that T3 AIRBRUSH duo and just hit a couple spots with my curling iron, the 1.5 inch one. It's like my new favorite thing to do, but I have a tutorial on it. I'll link it right up here. I'm gonna go into the Chanel cream bronzer. This has been my jam recently. I love this stuff. I'm gonna use that Smith 157 brush. It's like this angled wedge. Just gonna get it in there like this and then make sure, I don't want to bring this down too far because I feel like that's where like it seems like it should go, but I'm gonna go a little higher just because that wedge goes down a little lower and it'll eventually kind of like migrate a little bit more south and go exactly where I want it to go. And I just kind of push it into the skin. I'm not really like wiping around, I'm just stippling and pushing it in. Gonna get the forehead, mainly the sides, and then once the product is off, I'm gonna stipple it just a little bit in more and get the jawline. And this I just kind of painted on. I'm gonna use the back of my IT Cosmetics brush just to grab some of this bronzer and put it on my nose where I'm gonna contour it just as a base. I feel like it just makes it a little bit easier. I do like to have a pretty harsh nose contour, so this just kind of helps to guide it. And it's also, I feel, a little bit easier to blend out, so then maybe I don't need to go in with as much powder contour as I normally would. And then bring it around the lips. I actually like to grab it, put it like right on the lip border, which I do look a little crazy. Like I hate when I get product on my lips like this. I think that's so gross. I just like to like wipe it off. Now I'm gonna go into the Laura Mercier translucent setting powder and I'm gonna set my face. Lately, I've been kind of just bringing this thing all over because I'm just an oily bitch. So I'm gonna bring it here. Mainly like right here is like the sweet spot. That's where I get literally wet on my face and I can see it throughout the night. I'm actually gonna bring this with. So I'm going early to this wedding today just to make sure that all of the decor is how the bride wants it. That's something with my wedding. My sister and her husband and their son came to my wedding like an hour early and just set up all of this different stuff because there was stuff that I wanted set up that the lady at my venue wasn't willing to put up. They would just like take care of like, you know, setting together like the table settings and the tablecloths and like what they offered, but anything extra that I had, so like for instance like the pizza stands, and I had a s'mores table, and then I had menus, she wouldn't set that stuff up. So my sister offered to do it with her family, which was so kind. And then the day of, it was like, damn, I don't know what I would have done without her and them doing that. And then they stayed and helped me and all of us like put all of the stuff back into the cars and stuff. So that was just really helpful. And now after experiencing that, like any bride, if they need any help with anything, I'm just going to offer because I know how much of a huge help that was for me. So I told her, I was like, listen, literally, I don't care. I'm blocking off that entire day of nothing going on. That was something that like really, really helped me, and do not hesitate to ask. So she's got someone doing it, but she's like, can you just come a little early and make sure that it looks good? Because she like knows that we have like a similar eye and a similar style. We actually have the same florist. Yeah, I'm just gonna go and check and make sure that it's exactly how she wants. And she sent me all her like inspo pictures and stuff. I'm gonna go in with a little bit of the Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush bronzer. I think this is the tan shade. I'm gonna mix the medium with the tan just because I don't wanna get too bronzed up. I feel like I'm matching my neck, my hand like pretty darn spot on. I don't want to go too overboard. So I'm actually going to pick up the medium and then dot into the tan and then back into the medium, just so I kind of sandwiched it. And I get that extra little warmth and bronzeness without going too overboard, because I can do that so easily. I'm gonna hit just a little extra contour. I'm gonna go into Bone Beige from MAC. This is one of their sculpting powders. And I'm gonna use my 112 brush from Smith. Pick that up, and I just I pull really far back so I'm not applying like 10 pounds of it, because I will layer it, but I'll bring it here just to add that extra contour. I always think that like I look so contoured when I'm doing this, but I think it's because I do my face first before doing my eyes. Anytime I do my eyes first and then I go in with my face makeup, I feel like I'm applying 10 pounds of makeup on my face, but it looks normal. But I think because I've got like nothing on my eyes and nothing on my lips and I'm just doing the face makeup, I feel like it always looks crazy until everything comes together, and then it's like, oh, I could actually use a little bit more. Oh my gosh, so my last tutorial, well, I don't know when this video is going up because I want this to be in like part of like my Christmas videos, but in my warm and cozy look, I was talking about how I was just kind of like been in a funk or whatever. I've honestly spent the last 3 days just making sure I've been eating really clean and really healthy. It is outstanding how dramatically different I feel after eating healthy foods. It just takes it really impacts my mental health so substantially. It's insane. And even just like with how I'm looking at myself, it's bizarre. When I'm not eating healthy, I feel like I just don't like the way I look. I feel like I feel inflamed, and like I probably look identical to what I look like now, but it's just all in our head. And I swear, eating healthy food for me it like directly impacts my mental health. So all that to say, I'm feeling really good today. And just a friendly reminder to eat healthy because it's good for your brain and your soul and your body. I'm gonna go into the 3 Steps to Sculpt palette. Again, this is like literally, I think I've used like 4 different bronzing products right now. Just use one. You don't need these. This is for me. You're not gonna notice a difference, but I love this for contouring my nose. My ass needs like a huge ass palette of just like contour and bronzing products, I swear. So unnecessary, but because I'm getting ready to actually go somewhere, this is what I'm gonna use. You also don't need to contour your nose, but I love the way it looks, especially when I know the eye look that I'm gonna do with a nose contour. It's gonna be like, bitch. I'm excited to see how this face primer holds up. This is my 2nd time using it, but the first time that I'm using it and I'm like putting it to the test because I'm gonna have my makeup on until like freaking midnight or later. And then I like to take this on the edges of the lips. Look at that already. Look at how plump this side is. It looks like I just got like a little boop, and it's just from bordering that edge with contour. and then blend. And I always just kind of go in and clean up under here while I'm cleaning up the nose contour. And this is the most random brush in the world. I think it's the 124. Yeah, the Smith 124 brush. I love it for this step. It's very weird and unique. You don't have to use this. It's one of those brushes that I got because it was unique and I don't actually use it for what it's for. I think it's technically for cream and powder contouring, but I use it for more like brightening. You can use brushes for whatever you want, but I don't like ever really talk about it just because it is so random and I think you can use other brushes for that step. It's just one that I have, so that's what I use it for, but it is great for it. For my blush today, I'm going to use this palette here from Pat McGrath Labs. So I'll probably just use that middle shade here, Desert Orchid. So beautiful. So I'm going to pick that up, bring that on the cheeks. Oh, that's beautiful. There's a little tiny bit of a sheen to it. It's a nice like nude pink. I always bring a little up here, the nose. And then instead of using this highlighter, I really want to use that MAC one, Step Bright Up, this one here, because it gives like such a beautiful soft touch. I think it would be so elegant for a wedding. So I'm going to mix all those together and then hit this right here. Just gives like a nice soft like pale gold, where the other one in that blush palette was a little bit more silvery, and I haven't used it yet and I know what this looks like. So, and right here above the lip on the Cupid's bow, blend. I'm gonna spray my face. This is the Morphe Continuing Setting Mist. So these are my brows with nothing on them. Frickin', she did such a good job. I'm gonna go in with just a little bit of what's left on this powder, just so they're more dry. And then I actually bought some new brow products because after she did my brows, I was like, I need some of the fill-in products that you used. So, okay, well, the first thing that I already had this, but the e.l.f. Precision Brow Pencil in Neutral Brown. I'm gonna lightly go in and fill them in with this and then go in with the other things that I got. I'm holding far back on the pencil and only applying stuff very lightly. It was so freaking quick. Then I got this NYX Lift and Snatch brow pen. I needed something for the front because I feel like the front of my brows is so freaking difficult to do. As you can see, like my brow, if I filled my brows in where they stopped growing, it'd be right here. I feel like my eyes are already so, I don't think they're wide set, but they're like, they lean more wide set, which is fine, whatever. I just feel like if I kept my brows there, it would make my eyes look even wider. No one's even looking at that. It's just a me thing. I would prefer them to be more in. And when I learned how to do brows when I was learning makeup, they taught you that the top of the nostril hole right here, if you put that vertically where that stops, that's where your brow should stop. So technically it should stop here. So that's like a full space right there that I would prefer to fill in. So when I fill it in with a brow pencil, sometimes it just looks like obvious that I filled it in. So I'm gonna go in very carefully with this. This is in the color Ash Brown. And I'm gonna try to emulate brow hairs. Wish me luck, pray for me. So I'm gonna leave it, hold on, and then I'll soften it because that like is obvious that I just painted those hairs on. I'm gonna bring a couple strokes through the tail. I'm gonna go in with my spoolie and just blend all this together on the outside and then lightly in the front. Okay, that's already better. It like really softened that. I'm gonna go in with a lighter color just to kind of fill that area in softly. I'm gonna go into the Wow Brow Volumizing Fiber Gel. This is what Amanda used in her brows. I think I'm gonna go in with Neutral Brown. Looks like this, and then this is the spoolie. I like to kind of go like this so it kind of fluffs my brows up automatically, and then I can get the hairs without getting the skin. Do you guys see that the skinny brow trend is supposedly coming back? What are your thoughts? I kind of want to try it. Not by plucking my eyebrows, that's not what I'm saying. Just by the way I fill them in. I'm gonna go in and just prime my eyeballs. I'm just using the Painterly Paint Pot. Pressing that in. I do have my Jason Wu one, but it's somewhere in my concealers. So my goal is to kind of do almost like an emerald turquoise, but we'll see. Sometimes like I have these visions in my head and then it doesn't turn out the exact way that I'm hoping. I swear, sometimes, do you ever feel like you're in a rush and then no one leaves you alone? You're getting texts from like a bunch of different people. That is me right now. Not in a rush, but I'm kind of in a rush just because I don't like to leave like right at the time that I'm supposed to leave. I like to leave at least like 10 minutes early because I've just always been that bitch that's like late. For me, leaving early is leaving on time. So that's kind of like where I'm at right now. I've got like just enough time to finish this look and take some pictures for it for this video, which if I don't have time to take pictures of the look, then I'll just take some selfies in the car and that'll be the thumbnail. But yeah, everyone is like texting me and asking me questions about random stuff and they're all just gonna have to wait. Okay, I'm gonna start with, and I'm sorry if I'm bouncing around in different palettes, but this is gonna be fun to do. I'm gonna start with the Be Perfect Carnival palette with Stacey Marie. This is not the Antidote one. This is the, I think the first one that they came out with her. And I'm gonna take this color, which is mint, and then also probably a little bit of Envy. Grab a little bit of mint, start this in the crease. Okay, this is like so beautiful on its own. Such a beautiful color. It's like a true mint. I'm gonna bring that underneath and then start kind of doing this shape by bringing it over here. And this is just gonna be the base for the look. I feel like you're really not even gonna see this shade. It's just gonna kind of like pop out and appear behind the other shades, but it's gonna help as you build the look to blend it, because you'll have this behind it and you can always refer back to this color if you need help blending out a deeper color. So now I'm gonna grab that Envy shade on just a smaller brush, pick that up here and just start deepening up the look, bringing that here and then bringing this in the crease and then blend that out with that first shade. Okay, I'm gonna bring that underneath, pretty close to the lashes. And so now I'm gonna go into the Smoke Sessions palette from Melt. And I believe I have loose shadows in here, so I'm gonna be really careful picking this up. This is one of the most stunning palettes. So I think I'm gonna take this color, which is Space Queen. I'm gonna use the same brush and pick that up. It kind of goes like this deep, 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 rich turquoise green. I'm gonna pat this right here in the outer corner. Oh, it's so beautiful. It's so deep and rich. So be very careful applying it. Be very strategic with where you want this color. Actually gonna mix a little bit of Sour Diesel in with it. I don't think I've ever used this shade before, but this is a little bit more olive. I think that'll be a nice little mix here in the outer part. Oh yeah. I'm gonna wipe that brush off and go back in with Envy, that second shade that I used, and use that to blend out these edges so that I don't go overboard with the deepness. Bring that right here in this little crevice to help blend out the smokiness. I'm gonna add that Envy shade just a little bit right here. I don't want it to be too dark in this inner corner. I just want a little bit more, just a touch of deepness here with some of the green and not some of the deep, deep, deep shades. Just a little kiss in there when we go in with some of the other shades. So I'm gonna go into the new Celestial Odyssey Artistry palette from Pat McGrath. And I'm first gonna grab that shade. This is like what matches my dress exactly. So hopefully this works out. Pop this on my lid. Oh yeah, exactly what I was looking for. Oh, I'm so happy. So beautiful. And then I'm gonna pick up a little bit of this color, pop that right here. I'll add like the smallest hint of this color to the outer corner. I think that'll look really pretty. Okay, I think I need some glitter maybe. Okay, I'm gonna go into the Urban Decay Stage Dive glitter liner and just add a little bit of this to the center of the eye, like this. I don't want this to be like crazy overly glittery. I just want some sparkle in here. So I just added a little bit of glam. I need to finish out the bottom lash line and kind of smoke that up just a touch. Grabbing Envy. I'm gonna grab the Makeup Forever eyeliner in Forest. Pop that in the waterline. Okay, I'm just grabbing some face highlighter. I'm gonna pop this in my inner corners and up here. I want to add just like a tiny bit of this basic color just in here to neutralize it just a little bit, make it just a touch more wearable. Bring that underneath. Okay, so to complete the look, I just added these lashes. They are from ColourPop. I will link them down below. And then I'm just adding some mascara here to the bottom lashes. This is the MAC Extended Play Mascara. Getting a little dried out, but kind of like it because then I have a little bit more control with how much I add, and I can kind of like build up the lower lash line. Okay, so the eyes are done. Now we can just finish off the look with the lips. So I want to do pretty just simple nude because the eyes are such a statement. So I think I'm going to start with, I'm going to try this one today. I shouldn't use like a new lip pencil for the first time, but whatever. This is the color Bear from Melt Cosmetics. I'm actually going to start here at the Cupid's bow Connect it here, and then do the bottom, turn it on its side. Okay, and then I'm gonna grab the Pat McGrath Oshie's single lipstick. This is kind of just like a nice neutral nude light beige color for the center. And that, my friends, completes this long ass look. I feel like this look is so perfect for the holiday season. It's so glam, it's so much fun. I think even just with like a casual sweatshirt like what I have on right now, or dressed up with something way more glam like the dress that I'm gonna be wearing tonight. I will put a clip of me in the dress so you can see what it looks like. If you're curious about it, I'll link it down below. I'm gonna be doing a whole video on like my go-to holiday dresses and stuff, so stay tuned for that because that will definitely be in there. And it was very inexpensive too. I think it was under $100 on ASOS, I believe, but I'll link that down below. And yeah, stay tuned for that dresses video. But yeah, I have to run. I'm running late. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please subscribe and let me know what you want to see next, and I'll see you soon. Bye.